Hello, I am Mani Malarvannan. In this video, we will look into Ripple's RLUSD. It is a stable coin created by Ripple blockchain company that created recently and that is getting popular in the crypto industry. The Ripple has been in the financial industry for many years and they created RippleNet. Using that, you can able to send money from one country to another country. For example, if you want to send money from US to India, you can use RippleNet to do it. But it is not for regular consumers. Mostly financial institutions, companies, and banks, they were using RippleNet to send money from one country to another country. So they have been in this business for a long time, and they have a very good track record of maintaining their books so that people can able to trust Ripple company. Recently, they started into the stablecoin industry by creating RLUSD. So as we saw in previous videos, there are many different stablecoin exist, and also there are different types of stablecoin exist. And we also looked into the Genius Act recently passed by the US government. If you need more information about those, please go and watch those videos. We will also provide links in this YouTube. So what is RLUSD? It is the Ripple coin's stable coin. As we all know, the stable coin is created with a one-to-one pegging. That's what I mean by one to one is that if you have a one stable coin that is equivalent to one USD dollars. So that is the whole concept of stable coin. And also the company, those who are issuing or creating the stable coin, they need to maintain equal amount of dollars or some other financial assets so that they can create or mint the stable coin. For example, if Ripple wants to mint $1 billion worth of stable coin, they need to maintain billion US dollar or they need to maintain some other financial asset that was approved in the Genius Act so that they can legally mint $1 billion US coin. And whoever is purchasing the tokens, the RLUSD, if you have 100 RLUSD, that is equivalent to $100. You can able to exchange it anytime. So the value of your RLUSD is going to be constant throughout the history, however many days, however many years you are going to hold it. And again, if you need more information about these details, please go and watch our previous videos. And they created the Ripple created this RLUSD recently, and it is being slowly getting adopted within other financial institutions, and it is going to be one among the important standard in the stablecoin industry. And also, this RL is being created in multiple blockchains. For example, RL, the Ripple have their own XRP ledger. It is being created in that blockchain. XRP ledger is an individual blockchain, and they are going to create it in that blockchain. So if you have a wallet, XRP ledger based wallet, you can able to purchase it. And also they are planning to create the same RL token in Ethereum blockchain, which is the another popular blockchain network. So if you have a Ethereum based blockchain, you can able to hold the RLUSD token within your Ethereum wallet. And also they have plans to expand their RL in multiple other blockchains like Solana, Binance, and other blockchains as well. Since they have been in this industry for a long time, it is being backed by multiple different blockchain entities, and also they have a good track record of managing their assets so that they can successfully issue the RLUSD tokens. So the Ripple's strategic play in the global payment system, they have been in this industry long before a stable coin came into the world. So they started the company by creating a bridge between the traditional banking system. For example, if you want to use the regular bank to send money from one country to another country, it takes a number of days, sometimes weeks, and also each party within the transaction uh, framework, they take at least to 1% of the transaction fee. So the sender ends up paying 3 to 4% of their money to send from one country to another country. So that's what the Ripple's main strategy is, to create a new network so that those type of transaction go as fast as possible and also as less transaction fee as possible compared to traditional networks. So they created the RippleNet. Using that, if a entity within US wants to send money to China, they can able to do it by purchasing XRP token within the RippleNet, and then the receiving bank or entity in China can able to receive it in their local currency. So that's where they started creating this type of global network. And now using their global networks, they entered into this stablecoin industry so that they can able to attract more customers getting into their ecosystem. And the main advantage for the Ripple's success is they have a very good financial backing, and also they have the approval from the NYDFS system, which is there in the New York. It is a entity that is being well known in the financial world for the trust. So since it is being approved by the NYDFS, the Ripple has been having success in sending money in the traditional banking system. Now they are getting into this Ripple RL stablecoin market. They will get the same backing from the NYDFS approval so that they can able to legally send money from one entity to another entity within the stablecoin blockchain network. That is, NYDFS is part of the US approval. And also, they are working with the MICA and they got the approval within the Europe so that they can able to send money from US to any country within Europe. Since they have these two approvals, when they are going to create the RL stable coin, they can able to use their existing network and get more customers, and they can achieve success more frequently compared to other stable coins. And what is the impact of this Ripple in the traditional remittance business? The one thing is lower cost. If anybody wants to send money, anybody meaning any entity, any business wants to send money from one country to another country, they can use the Ripple blockchain networks to send money, to transfer money from one country to another country. The one thing is the transaction is almost instant. If a sender sends the money, the receiver can able to receive it within hours, and the transaction fee is going to be very minimal compared to sending money through the traditional banking system. So they have this type of opportunity to get into this market and send money from one entity to another entity through lower cost and increase the speed within which the sender can able to send the money and the receiver can able to receive the money within hours. It's not going to take days or weeks for the receiver to receive the money. And the transparency, since they are part of multiple regulatory frameworks within Europe, within US, anybody wants to track the money, they can able to track it, because see, that is one of the main complaint in the blockchain or crypto industry, because it is not easy for regulatory frameworks, regulatory entries to find where the money is moving from one wallet to another wallet within the blockchain network. But since the Ripple is part of the regulatory framework, so they follow all the standards and procedures in the money transaction, so that they can able to identify where the money is going from one entity to another entity. So RL used for the remittance, and we can compare it with the traditional remittance. So the speed, the first thing is the speed. Instead of taking several days, now if whoever is going to use RL as a stable coins to send money, they can able to transact within instant. If I send money from US to India, then I can able to do it within minutes or hours. It's not going to take days. And then the cost of the transaction. Right now, it takes to 3 to 10% of the transaction amount. If I send $100 to India in the traditional banking mechanism, so then I need to pay $10, maybe $3 to $10 based on where I am sending. Maybe in for India it would be cheaper, but if I send to Africa, it could be 7% or 10%. So approximately it takes to 3 to 10% to send money from one country to another country. But with RL, it's going to be same, and whatever the transaction fee they set, it's going to be constant across all the regions. So the transaction fee is going to reduce for customers, and the transparency. Anybody can send money from one country to another country without any transparency. But in the RL, if we are using RL stable coin within the blockchain, anybody who has access to the blockchain explorers, you can able to identify, you can able to trace the money from where it is went. Say if your money goes from five different entities or five different persons, then you can able to track where it is went, when it is went, because all the transactions are all recorded in the blockchain, so that anybody who has the access to the blockchain, of course, all these are public blockchains, so anybody can able to see. They cannot see who sent, but they can able to find the money transaction. And the regulatory industry, if they want to identify what exactly happened, they can able to have, they have the tools to identify who actually send the money, and so that they can able to catch bad actors in case of money laundering and other illegal activities within the blockchain network. And then the accessibility. So for the bank, a person has to physically go to the bank, and they need to get the money. Once the sender sends the money in the receiving country, the person has to go and access the bank. That means the person needs to have access to the bank. Of course, if there is an internet connection, internet banking, they can able to get the money through their internet, but still they need to have account in their bank. And still there are many countries it is not easy to open a bank. So all those things are issues in the traditional remittance industry. But in the digital wallet, anybody who has the digital wallet, they can able to receive the money, and they can able to instantly use it for their transaction. Say if somebody immediately wants $100 in Africa, if somebody is sending from US to some country in Africa, then that person has a digital wallet, they can able to use it, and instantly they can able to spend the money. And also volatility. One of the main complaints in the crypto industry is the value of the money that is being sent. If you take the popular crypto coins like a Bitcoin, Ethereum, the value fluctuates because it is being traded 24/7. There are number of factors that affects the volatility of this value of the blockchain tokens. But with the stable coin, the value is going to be same. If we have 10 stable coin, US based stable coin, that is, it is equivalent to 10 US dollars. So you can use it for day-to-day transaction. You cannot do it for Ethereum or any other blockchain entities. Of course, people are using it, but for common people to use this type of transaction in a day-to-day transaction, like buying a coffee or a grocery, the value has to be stable. If the value keep fluctuating, at one time you may pay $10 for one cup of coffee, and some other time you may pay $5 for the cup of coffee. That's not going to work for consumers to pay $5 versus $10. So that's what the stable coin is going to change. It is going to be one to one. If you have 10 stable coin, it is equivalent to 10 US dollars. So the value of 10 stable coin is going to be constant. So this increases the adoption and completely eliminates the volatility that's been an issue in the crypto industry. And what are some additional benefits in the global finance? Since this stable coin industry is being integrated into this traditional finance, it is going to be easy for multiple different people to transact from the crypto industry to the traditional finance. I can able to have a 10 stable coin in US, and I can send it to my friends and family in India, and they can able to receive it instantly. Now I have to send it in US dollars, and it will get converted into Indian dollars, and then they have to physically go to the bank, or they have to use the internet banking to get the money. And during that time, the transaction fee I need to pay for that. But in the stable coin, I can able to do it, and all my friends and family needs to have a same blockchain wallet. If they have the digital wallet in their cell phone or a computer, then I can able to send the $10 stable coin from US to my friends and family in India, and they can able to receive it. That's going to be same across all the worlds. Of course, the stable coin, the rules and regulations are all created recently, couple of months back in US. There are companies still incorporating those changes, and there will be changes that needs to be incorporated due to technical issues. In the next couple of years, you can see more and more consumers, more and more entities are issuing a stable coin, and more consumers are getting into the stable coin for their day-to-day transaction. And also, this is going to play a key role in the artificial intelligence. As you all know, artificial intelligence is going to be the next frontier thing all over the world. Companies are creating various LLM models, and I'm sure all of you would have used the ChatGPT for asking questions and getting responses. So now, within the artificial industry, there are agents are being created. So there will be autonomous independent agents working on your behalf in the near future, and it's going to use the stable coin that you have to book a flight to, say, Paris. And the autonomous independent agent, it knows your habits, booking flight habits. It knows that you like first class or you like economy. And it also knows it will allow, go and identify your calendar and see when you want to travel. And it's going to do all those transaction on your behalf in the near future. And during that time, it is technically feasible for the agent to use the stable coin from your digital wallet, and then pay for the air booking, and then for hotel reservation and all those activities. So I believe the stable coin is going to play a key role in the agent, and there are companies already working on these type of technologies. In the near future, it's going to happen sooner than later. The future outlook for cross-border finance, the market expansion. Since more and more people are can able to use the stable coin, and you can clearly see the stable coin industry is getting expanded drastically once all the standards are being implemented. Now the US is the first country who created a legal version, legal law for the stablecoin issuers. And pretty soon, all over the world, all the countries are going to have their own standards for issuance. For example, in India, there is no stablecoin law or industry exist. Maybe the government, Indian government, may come up with a uh, rules and regulations so that they can able to issue entities within India can able to issue stable coin that corresponds to Indian rupees, 10 stable coins equivalent to 10 Indian rupees. See, right now, as I said earlier, only the US government is the first country in the world created this industry. And anybody in the world can able to create stable coin. The only requirement is that they need to follow the Genius Act that was passed by the US. Of course, anybody can't start because you need to have a lot of infrastructure, a lot of upfront costs to create the infrastructure and create the stablecoin industry. But the law is going to be same for anybody, whether a entity or a financial institution within US can issue US-based stablecoin, or a country in China or India can also do it, but they need to follow the US law that was passed recently. So in other countries also, once they started creating the stablecoin industry, you can see the market is going to expand. A person from India can send money to US, and then a person from US can send money to India. So that's going to happen all over the world, and you can see the market drastically expands from the traditional finance and getting into the crypto finance. So the global adoption is going to increase drastically in the next couple of years. Since all these stable coins are going to follow the legal standards across their countries, and also it is also getting integrated with the ISO 222. We looked into ISO 222 in the last week's video. If you need more information about what is ISO 222, go and watch those videos. You should be able to understand what is it. And since it is a standard, ISO 222 is a standard adopted by all the government entities, financial institutions all over the world, it is going to be easy for crypto industry to get integrated into the traditional finance using the ISO 222, because there are many crypto entities said that they are going to follow ISO 222 standards to send money and receive money. So on the whole, the adoption is going to increase, and there is going to be a legal framework of sending money and receiving money, and the regulatory entities can able to track how the money is going so that they can avoid money laundering and bad actors that are getting using the crypto to send and receive money. So that's all I want to discuss in this video. If you have any questions or comments, please post. And we have a Web3 platform for you to identify different Ethereum-based stablecoin. If you have any Ethereum-based stablecoin and you want to identify all the transactions, you can use our tools, and it is a blockchain explorer. You can able to see what are all the different transactions that happened within the Ethereum blockchain. We are working on another blockchains, but right now our platform supports only Ethereum based stablecoin transactions. And you can learn more about our company going to analytickit.com. And if you want to use our tools, you can log in, go to dpa.analytickit.com and register and start using the tools right away. Thanks. Appreciate your time. And finally, if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and subscribe to this channel, and also send to your friends and family. Thank you. Bye.